Packers and the Eagles, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So here are the Eagles now backed up to start their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 19 carries, 81 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's number 3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to number 1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's got some space here. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Roughing the passer,
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. 2nd and 1. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Freeman. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Now back to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And that sack brings up fourth and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Eagles, it's 7-3 now on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. There's defense for the Packers. They were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And that's caught at the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Bass. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second down, it's Bass. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. On third down, Bass. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 10 yards out, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 42. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
It's a gain of a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that is no good. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
He had the touchdown pass on that previous drive, number 25 for him on the year. And he'll look to keep it rolling. 1st down. 2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Wide open receiver, complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Bass. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bass. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
It's the pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. On play action, they'll throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Holding, offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a handoff up the middle. Bass, solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bass.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll run on first down. Bass. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bass, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Bass. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Bass, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
43 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Give him 30 yards there.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Up the middle they go. Bass. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. A great play there.
with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle, no running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Finding room at midfield.
And out across midfield down to the 45. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Packers' 35-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bass. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about two-thirds complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and it's the Giants who are out in front. The Giants locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
The first down pass, complete to number 88. A gain of 2. He brings up second and
On second down now, it's Bass. He takes this for 3 to the 29. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll try the left side. Bass. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2 yards on the play. And an Eagle first down.
Looking to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Bass, and he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On second down, it's Bass. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They'll keep it on the ground. Bass. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. It's Bass. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw here. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now a handoff up the middle. Bass. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And the lead is down to 20. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
2nd and 4. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, it's Bass. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
108 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete.
Down inside the 10.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 30 yards.
His tremendous season passing the football, it continues, Charles. That last throw puts him over 4,000 yards now on the year.
And he's still got the rest of November, and all of December is still to play. So to me, 5,000 yards, very much in play.
They'll run on first down. Bass. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. On 2nd down now, it's Bass, and he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Point after here coming up. And that stretches the lead to 27. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. The Packers on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Second and 11. Looking middle, and that's complete.
The pass on 2nd down. Complete to number 4. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
He'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
31-yard line.
2nd and 5. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
To about the 35, 2nd down. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
They'll look to throw here. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. Oh, look at the juke. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
The quick slant, good for a 1st down, a gain of 12. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
And he's got Rome.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 139 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Bass, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. On first down, it's Bass. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bass. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Philadelphia, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.